everybody. Quiet, listen to me. We're going to start a show.
I'm in over my head, stuck in the red. Something they said makes me think that I'm in over my head, over my head.
All right, you guys ready to get into this?
Yeah, we can always talk about the Space Jam soundtrack.
Could talk about this. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Ink and Paint Club podcast, a weekly show where we talk about cartoons and such. It's a good time. Anyway, as always, my name is JD.
As always, my name is Kyle.
And I'm Andy.
Occasionally, he's Andy.
I didn't say that at all.
That's what you implied.
No.
You gotta read the deeper subtext.
I said, and I'm Andy.
Sure, just lie to everybody.
I mean, I think Kyle said he's occasionally Kyle.
No, he says as always. Anyway.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on. It's late.
Play the tape back.
We gotta go back. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, every week we like to sit down and talk about a different animation-themed topic, and this week we're talking about soundtracks, because that was Andy's suggestion and I liked it.
Yay.
Kyle, is your cat meowing again?
Yeah, I want to smack him.
Oh, I love your cat.
Jeez, Kyle.
Don't smack Kitty.
So how about the soundtracks?
Right, so we compiled a short list, because I couldn't think of more. I'm sure there is more.
I don't know. I kind of think it was wise to stay away from Disney soundtracks.
I mean, I have one Disney soundtrack on here because I like it.
I mean...
But rest assured, this is not a complete list of all the soundtracks we like or dislike. Well, I think all of them today are the ones we like, but there will probably be more in the future. We can't blow our wad this early.
Whoa.
You disgust me.
And?
Nothing. You two disgust me. I just thought you'd like to know.
Okay, all right. Let's do it then.
All right, well, let's do it to it. Andy, why don't you start us off with one of your choices?
Well, I'm not sure if you guys know this about me, but if I ever had to pick one of my favorite animated movies of all time, it'd be a little film called Heavy Metal.
No.
And a big part of that is going to have to come from the amazing soundtrack, which, yeah, as a kid, it didn't really have too much of an effect on me. It did get me into Cheap Trick, so, I mean, I think that's completely worth the price of admission, because not even just as a Chicagoan, but Cheap Trick is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, and even Homer Simpson prefers to listen to Cheap Trick. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, I would probably have to say... Sorry, I got distracted by JD. Yes, that is an amazing idea.
Okay,
I can definitely talk
We'll get to it.
Okay. But, yeah, Heavy Metal, the soundtrack, is great. It's basically a compilation of mostly 80s and 70s. It's not necessarily... I mean, with a name like Heavy Metal, you'd expect to have nothing but heavy metal, but surprisingly, kind of light on the metal.
Huh.
Interesting. Let's see, Journey's on there. Devo.
They don't want you to stop believing.
No, actually, it's Open Arms, and it plays during a sex scene in the movie.
Ha!
It kind of comes out of nowhere.
JD, fun fact, I've never watched Heavy Metal all the way through, so...
And it tears me up inside. But, there is some metal on there. Black Sabbath is on there. It's Black Sabbath with Dio.
Yeah.
Blue Oyster Cult, but they're not... Some people consider them metal. I don't. I consider them just more so...
They play Don't Fear the Reaper. I don't consider that metal.
You should hear the song they do on the Heavy Metal soundtrack. It's called Veteran of the Psychic Wars, and it is amazing.
Shit.
Really?
I miss songs with, like, weird psychedelic titles on
Oh, God. Listen to anything Blue Oyster Cult, and you will not be... Like, Career of Evil's great. I don't know. I could go on about Blue Oyster Cult, but seriously, I just love the soundtrack, and I remember discovering it again because I ended up I watched heavy metal a bunch as a kid. Probably shouldn't have. I saw it because my brother was watching it, and the song that stuck out to me as a kid the most was "Reach Out" by Cheap Trick, because it plays during my favorite segment of the movie, which is the Captain Stern segment. I still would like to do a quick review of heavy metal at some point in the future because I want to make you guys watch it, but no,
I'm down for that.
I mean, I got really into Cheap Trick from that, and I really started liking it. And then, like, many years back, I just got back into the movie, and my parents, for Christmas, got me the soundtrack on CD. That album did not leave my car, let alone my radio, like my car CD player, for, I want to say, a good year.
Wow.
Because from front to back, it's amazing. It's what got me more into Blue Oyster Cult. It got me more interested in the Dio era of Black Sabbath because it was after Ozzy. There's a band on there that sadly didn't last. They had a couple studio albums, but they were called Riggs. Their music that's the song that's part of the song that's actually used in I believe the South Park episode.
Maybe?
I think so.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Major Boobage.
I mean, I know they use quite a few of because they totally hit the nail on the head. But it's so good. I mean, I can honestly, here's how much I love that soundtrack. I sought it out on vinyl.
Oh, jeez.
I actually had a friend who worked at a record store, and we were just talking, and I said, yeah, the one soundtrack I would love to own would be heavy metal. And, oh, yeah, we just got that in, and I was there the next day.
Shit.
Just as they open, I'm like, I want this now. And it's one of my prized possessions. And actually, since I was doing research on this, I ended up buying the score for heavy metal on vinyl as well. So now I'm pretty excited about having both of those. But great soundtrack. It's like a greatest hits compilation. I think the only song on there I really don't care for is Open Arms by Journey. And it's just because when you consider all the other songs are, you know, kind of these more up-tempo or really psychedelic, trippy songs, it kind of drags things down to suddenly hear, you know, Open Arms.
Yeah,
I mean,
I could see that happen.
I mean, come on, Grand Funk Railroad is on there.
Well, damn.
I mean, they do an amazing song in there called Queen Bee. Cheap Trick is on there twice.
Oh, shit.
And, yeah, Cheap Trick is going to be a recurring theme with my other movie, too.
Okay.
But actually in the third movie. But one interesting fact about this is that there is a song on here. It's the opening. Well, it's not in the opening, but it's called Heavy Metal by Sammy Hagar. It's the opening track. Me and JD were just talking about this. The version that Sammy Hagar did for the heavy metal soundtrack is the one you should listen to. There is one that he plays on the radio, and it completely strips the song of any of its balls. It's terrible.
Huh.
He like remixed it, and he got rid of the bass because it's this really sweet bass line that comes in before a solo, and it's
oh, come on, man.
I know, it's
Jeez.
terrible. Like, listen to the version that you can find with the heavy metal soundtrack. Do not listen to what you hear on the radio or like a Sammy Hagar. And yes, I know Sammy Hagar sucks. I'm not denying that, but this is proof he did one good song.
Oh, before I post this episode, because I do want to use that as either the intro or the outro, I'll consult you on which version I'm listening to.
Good, because
Sammy Hagar Yeager.
Yeah, you know, Van Hagar. Popular for popularizing Van Hagar and not being able to drive 55. I don't know. I don't hate him as much as a lot of people do. I kind of get that he kind of fucked up Van Halen, but they're back together.
They sorted it out eventually.
Great soundtrack. If you're into classic rock, listen to it. Every track on there's a winner. Even the Journey track is good. I guess if I had to pick standout tracks on there, it would be Reach Out by Cheap Trick, Veteran of the Psychic Wars by Blue Oyster Cult, and probably Heavy Metal by Sammy Hagar.
There you go. I think that's probably a good thing to do for the other ones. Like, what are the best tracks? That'd probably be.
Like, I can listen to Reach Out anytime. Like, I'm happy that one of the bands I was in, we got to cover that.
Nice.
What was the last one you said? The first one of your list?
Well, I said Reach Out by Cheap Trick, Veteran of the Psychic Wars by Blue Oyster Cult, and Heavy Metal by Sammy Hagar. The heavy metal soundtrack version. Just listen to the whole soundtrack. I will buy you a copy of the soundtrack.
All right.
Like, it's so good.
Oh god.
My turn?
I mean, do you have one?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
I've got like 2, but they're both Disney.
That's fine.
By all means.
I'm glad we didn't all pick Disney. That's fine.
I picked like one, and Kyle might. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm a basic bitch.
It's okay. You're not a big
Hey,
bitch.
Disney has has classics for a reason.
So what Disney movie has the best soundtrack, you ask?
I'm asking.
I'm curious.
The Goofy movie.
Wait a minute. The first one or the second one?
I'm gonna go with the first one.
Because I don't know.
Okay.
I remember the second one.
Explain it to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the second one. I remember being kind of excited because I'm pretty sure I heard Pressure Drop by the Specials, but I could be wrong. So go on. I'll look it up. You talk about. I want to hear about it.
The first one has a bunch of awesome original music.
Oh, that's right. Because wasn't that Powerline? Wasn't that the?
Yeah.
Stand out. Oh, yeah.
Those are all the best, man.
Elaborate on that, Kyle. Why are they the best?
Well, I'm looking it up right now to see who's doing it.
You're looking it up.
Bill Farmer obviously did the Goofy songs.
Tevin...
And Jason Marsden.
Wait. Tevin Campbell would be Powerline.
The classic. All the girls love.
Because everybody wants to say it's Bruno Mars, but fuck Bruno Mars. Fuck Bruno Mars in his Mars ass.
I don't think he was doing stuff back then.
No,
I don't think he was alive back then.
There was an article that said there was some ridiculous article that I was about to actually ask you, Kyle, like, what are your thoughts on Powerline being compared to Bruno Mars? And who did it? It was BuzzFeed. I know it makes it.
Of course.
I mean, that of course makes it makes it a fact. But they made 10 pictures that prove Bruno Mars is actually Powerline from a Goofy movie, which I think is, I wonder if Bruno Mars even knows. I don't have anything against Bruno Mars. I mean,
I do. Holy shit, do I do.
More on that later.
I want to have Bruno Mars dress up as Bluto from Popeye so he can be Bluto Mars.
Come on.
Yeah. Here's a little story for you guys that has nothing to do with it. So back in the day, I want to say 2012, when I worked at Amazon, because that was...
Back in the day, 3 years ago.
Yeah, back in the wonderful age of 2012, if you guys remember that. Might be before your time. We had a radio at the top. And it was a little fucking radio that was like a giant speaker and then had like a fucking Sirius or whatever XM bullshit. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyways, they put it on this radio station that played the top 40, and I got to hear Bruno Mars, Locked Out of Heaven, on the hour, every hour, and probably like 6 more times within the hour.
Well,
and What?
I'd love to say that's not a fair reason, but it totally is, because I've been there on so many occasions.
I have never contemplated suicide before, and in all seriousness, I would have loved to jump headfirst off of the mezzanine.
Wow, things got dark.
Well, Kyle, to get you in a better mood, why don't you tell us more about the Goofy movie soundtrack?
Yeah, tell us more about Powerline. And
So another story. Back when I was probably in 2nd grade or in 3rd grade, I had the chicken pox, and my parents felt bad, and they bought me a Goofy movie on VHS. And I had never seen the movie before, but it was amazing. It was the best present anyone could buy me.
What would you say are your favorite songs from said soundtrack?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Shit.
What is this? What is this? An interview?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle. But did you know you could get a sweet Powerline T-shirt?
I saw that they have a concert tour.
I don't know. It's actually kind of awesome. See, I don't mind it when people, make shirts based off that. It's when they basically just take two things and mash them together. I kind of
or take the same Trace logo and redraw over it.
Yeah.
I do like Powerline song. That's a given. I have both of them on my iPod because, well, basic bitch music taste. Am I right? But anyways,
actually, I don't think that's basic bitch.
I don't know. Anyways, I like I2I, spelled the letter I, the number 2, and I. That's a good song. After Today was fun.
Is that kind of like To Be a Master? It was To Be a, from Pokemon. Remember the Pokemon soundtrack?
I had that.
Oh, God.
It was it wasn't a CD. Actually, before it was a CD, it was a cassette tape.
Well, that's back in the day when I had tape. Anyway.
But yeah, After Today was fun. Because he, saves a kid from electrocuting itself. And he steals another kid's skateboard. And
What a dick.
Good times, I guess. But then, I don't know, Stand Out was fun. On the Open Road was great.
Because Mickey and Donald are in that.
Yeah.
For some reason. Man, that always bothered me. Every time there's a Goofy-centric thing, everyone else in the world is a dog. But then when it's a Mickey and Donald, there's all kinds of animals. So, what the shit?
That is a good point.
Does Goofy just live in a segregated neighborhood?
No, because if you think of Duckburg, most of everybody in Duckburg's a duck, and then there's the beast.
Okay, so does Uncle Scrooge live in a segregated... He's rich. I believe he lives in a segregated city.
I have no problem believing he'd want to live in a gated community. I mean, he lives behind gates. What the hell? Well, then again, he also has a porch.
God damn, I never realized how animal racist Disney is.
Man, that's why I'm really looking forward to Zootopia, because it looks like they're getting into class structure.
There you go.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pizza and Goofy's World. It's like that's the cat in there, but
just all the songs.
Yeah. But anyways, I didn't like Nobody Else But You. I didn't quite care for that.
The sappy song?
Yeah. That one that had Chip and Dale in it.
It didn't give you the daddy feels?
No. No, it did not.
That was hard. No!
I'm a man.
Feelings are...
I have a bad relationship. Anyways, yeah.
Alright.
But that was some great shit. And then there was Staying Alive by the Bee Gees in there. And High Hopes.
That was in the first one?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've said it on previous podcasts, but my God, that part where they play Staying Alive is my favorite part of the entire movie. It's just the Sasquatch disc going behind the car.
Just like his reaction and his
image of he just goes across the screen. For 2 seconds. It disappears.
I really need to watch a Goofy movie. I'm more familiar with an extremely Goofy movie.
Okay.
Both of them are fucking great.
Side note to Netflix, if you're listening, I appreciate that extremely Goofy movie's on Netflix. Where's regular Goofy movie? Why is that not on there?
Disney's got it held hostage.
Explain to me.
In the vault, man.
It's probably the same reason they have all the Disney sequels, but they don't have, a lot of the main movies. Damn it, Disney, you're hoarding them.
Sounds about right.
I'm not going to buy your DVD.
Anyways, I'm done with mine.
I'm really mind blown watching. I'm watching the music video not the music video, but I'm watching the scene with Eye to Eye, and I'm like, man, Disney really fucking knew how to animate.
Right?
I'm just amazed at how expressive.
That was in the main studio.
Yeah, wasn't a Goofy movie straight to DVD, or did that come out in theaters?
It came
straight to video. I'm sorry.
Fun fact. Runaway Brain was played in front of a Goofy movie.
And we all know how much, Kyle, tell us how much you like Runaway Brain.
I love that movie. But I
Explain it in great detail.
No, they have to go back and listen. They have to go back and listen to the episode.
I love Runaway Brain, but I saw it in front of Kids in King Arthur's Court, but not Goofy Movie.
Well, at least you had that going for you.
Anyways, I'm done with mine.
Speaking of Disney movies...
Lilo and Stitch, because that had a rockin' one. Anyways, go on.
Oh, shit, that's...
I did it!
Actually, I really like...
I remember had Elvis on it, but that's about it. But anyway, my first pick is also a Disney movie, and one of the... This is my only Disney movie, because... Okay, I've probably said this before, but I don't really care for a lot of Disney musicals, mostly because the nostalgia's worn off for me, I think. But I still to this day actually really enjoy the Hunchback soundtrack, because Hunchback I just feel is like it's so different from all of other Disney's musicals
because they're singing about things like sacrilege and
sex and damnation and
I don't know. I watched that movie. They put it on for some of the clients at work, and I'm watching it going like, wait a minute, this movie's kind of really dark. That guy was about to throw a baby down a well.
Yeah. He's gonna murder and burn alive a gypsy because she won't have sex with him.
And then
wouldn't you? Yeah.
Well, we just got in Jordan's scene. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where was this movie?
Right, but I don't know. I love this because I don't know. It's so, like I was saying, it's different from Disney's other movies that were coming out around that time, because Little Mermaid and Aladdin and Lion King and all that stuff had like kind of more like poppy kind of songs, I guess. Is the only word I can think of it for it. And then Hunchback's is like... Or go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you raised a good point. Hunchback's is very operatic.
Yeah, Hunchback is... Yeah, it relies a lot on orchestra, it relies a lot on choir. I mean, it's very... Like, a lot of the songs are like
singing
church
about
choir.
religious things.
Yeah, it's like they have like a church choir for like most of the movie. And it just seems like every musical number feels big. Well, not every one of them, a lot of them, but...
yeah, and Demi Moore.
Demi Moore?
Yeah, she was Esmeralda.
Oh. Well, okay.
I might have to rewatch that one. I only saw some of it at work, and I just was kind of surprised that it did seem like it kind of got swept under the rug compared to most Disney movies.
I feel that way about a lot of the Disney movies I like. I for some reason I seem to like the underappreciated ones, I suppose.
So do you like Pocahontas?
It's alright. It's not like hype, but I'm talking about like movies like I'm the guy who likes Atlantis and Treasure Planet over a lot of other Disney movies.
Yeah, Treasure Planet is amazing. I will not.
One day we'll talk more about Treasure Planet. But I guess I'm looking at the track listing here. I think the only song off. Okay, there's two. I don't like basically the more operatic song. So the song they sing at the Festival of Fools, I don't really care for. I really do not like the song with the gargoyles. I feel, especially the gargoyle song, I think really takes you out of the movie. It's kind of like Olaf's song in Frozen.
I think the gargoyles in general kind of...
I get them from I like them as characters. I did not like that they had a musical number. Because I just don't need to hear Jason Alexander sing. But
you just don't like Jason. Yeah. You just don't like him, man.
No,
I guess we're not talking about Duckman.
No, but like the opening song is really good because it kind of brings you... I appreciate songs that have narration but don't feel like they're just spouting exposition at you. So it kind of, leads you through, like, this is how Quasimodo comes into Frollo's care and all that kind of stuff. And I like that it's set up through, like, Neither of you guys remember the Jester guy's name?
I do not remember his name.
The Jester.
But basically,
What
it was kind of... isn't that kind of what Aladdin did, though, where it was like a character...
Yeah, it kind of had... It's like he's telling you the story.
Because there was
He's
the
like
Merchant of Agrabah telling you in the beginning of Aladdin, and then the movie kind of said it was kind of the same thing.
But
Kind
the
of?
guy... The merchant for Aladdin was the genie in disguise.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
But
I feel like I'm...
the Jester guy is like telling the story to
His name
children.
is Kloppen.
Clop, and that's what it was.
What the
So
kind of name?
Coppin is at the beginning. He's like telling this story to a bunch of children, and it's like there's this. There used to be this monster, quote unquote, who used to live in the bell tower, and like this is how it goes into it, and it kind of introducing you that. I like Quasimodo's first song where he's like kind of lamenting about having to live inside and like how he feels like he knows everyone down in the city better than they know him because he watches them all day. It's kind of... There is one line that bothers me, and it's real nitpicky, is he says he wants to walk in the sand or something like that. It's like, how do you know what sand is? I don't think there's sand in the streets of Paris.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're using sand to help ring the bells.
Maybe. But
I'm sorry. Have you ever been to Notre Dame?
I've never been out of North America.
Well,
oh, okay. Because speaking of someone who's actually been there...
Hey, is there a beach within eyesight that he would know that?
Well, there might be, a river.
True.
The Seine River.
Ooh.
There might be, some
right.
sand there.
All right.
Just thinking.
Nitpick retracted.
Oh, I've actually been there.
I know you have. You have family in France.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you. And then I know it's everyone else's probably favorite is Frollo's song as he's thinking about having a boner.
Like you do.
Hellfire is probably the best song in the movie.
That is good.
Because literally, that's all the song is like, God, why have you given me this boner? And doesn't know what to do with it.
Well,
I mean, come on. You didn't really have sex education back then, so,
we didn't have sex education in the 17th century, or whenever the fuck it takes place.
Yeah.
Do your research, JD.
Nah, I'm not doing historical research for this. But, I think Hunchback's a really good soundtrack. It's, kind of deviates a little from Disney's usual fare, so thumbs up from me. Andy, it's your turn now.
Let's see. I guess, probably want to speak of, this is another kind of weird one off the beaten path, sort of. Also features Cheap Trick. Noticing kind of a weird pattern here, but I'm talking about this was Nelvana's first foray, Canadian animation company. This is their first foray into feature films after they did the The Devil and Daniel Webster and the Mouse. Oh, shit, I can't remember the name of the first movie. They did a movie called Rock and Rule. And I guess the way I would probably describe it is that it's kind of like a Disney movie, but without being a Disney movie. It's strange. It came out in 1991. Came out to very, very little fanfare or anything like that. It's pretty widely available, thankfully, but it's really good. Obviously, you can tell by the title Rock and Rule, it clearly has to do with music, and because of that, they actually got a lot of actually big name recording artists to not only the movie in itself, the lead characters actually kind of look like Cheap Trick.
Oh.
Funny story. I didn't realize that until many years later in my life, and I was like, wait a minute. But it's pretty cool. The soundtrack. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But the soundtrack in the movie features a couple songs by Cheap Trick, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh damn.
Iggy Pop.
Fuck.
Lou Reed. And Debbie Harry from Blondie.
Wow.
And
I got everybody in this.
Yeah, it was kind of awesome, and there's even they actually had some original songs in there, and they had a duet between Robin Zander, well, not a duet between, but they had a duet with Robin Zander of Cheap Trick and Debbie Harry, and it's like, where else are you going to hear that?
I don't know, man.
Oh, and I'm sorry. The movie came out in '83. What the hell was I reading? That was a brain fart on my part. That's when the DVD was released.
Yeah, I've never seen Rock and Roll. It's definitely one of my blank spots in animation history, but
it's worth it. I mean, it gets kind of confused for a Bakshi movie, I think, because it does use...
I thought, when we were talking earlier, I thought it was a Bakshi movie.
It's understandable why. It's got, like, that really expressive animation. It's not, like, the best animation, but I really like the movie, and it's kind of a shame, because as much as I'm talking about, you know, the soundtrack, there was no soundtrack officially released for the movie.
Did they ever say why they never did?
I don't think they ever had a legitimate reason, but, I mean, I'm sure maybe it had something to do with licensing. I don't know, but there is no official rock and roll soundtrack. The Cheap Trick songs are available on Sex America Cheap Trick, which is a great compilation that I own myself. The Iggy Pop and the Earth, Wind & Fire song are available on some of their other albums. The song sung by Debbie Harry in the movie, you can't find it.
Huh.
I don't think it exists anywhere. And Kyle just uploaded an image that completely proves that there's a beach near Notre Dame.
All right.
JD confirmed for liar. Okay.
Anyways,
all right.
Anyway.
I am man enough to admit when I'm wrong.
I'm a man.
I've been meaning to watch this movie. I think I actually have it downloaded. I just haven't actually watched it. Yeah.
It's good. I have a thing for like those kind of not underground animation movies. So it's not like it didn't get like a release. It just didn't get really big received. But I like those movies that you can tell they weren't made on a budget. You can tell. I mean, I'm sure all the budget went into getting the music.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they're featured very prominently on the. Actually, funny little fact here. I just realized. I mean, Ralph Bakshi was named as the director mistakenly for Rock and Roll.
Like on IMDb or in the actual movie?
Like, there's a circulation of bootleg VHS copies at comic convention booths with Ralph Bakshi named as director.
Ha.
So before it got, wow. So I guess you're not the only person who thought it was Ralph Bakshi, which is, once again, understandable. But, totally worth watching. Yeah. Soundtrack, you can't really, like I said, you can't really find it. And, you can find most of the songs on YouTube. I mean, you should honestly watch the movie. And Maurice LaMarche is in it.
I've been meaning to watch this, and then I think American Pop too.
American Pop is good.
I might have both downloaded, but
that was American Pop was on Crackle, I think. Once I started watching it again, and I got because it was like I said, it's easy to see why Rock and Roll gets kind of thrown together with Bakshi movies. But I would have to say probably my favorite songs on the soundtrack, if I had to think like offhand. Well, the Cheap Trick songs are great. There's the one song that it's actually like the opening, well not the opening, but it's like the first song you hear in the movie. It's called Born to Raise Hell. You would honestly not even know it's Cheap Trick at first. Mm-hmm. It's almost kind of like a metal song, more of a punk song, I guess. The song sung by Debbie Harry is actually really good. It's kind of a sweet-natured song. It's kind of a shame that it didn't get like it's very 80s pop. But it's really, I always like Blondie's, singing, I always like singing in any Blondie song. And Lou Reed, God rest his soul, we've lost way too many great musicians, especially in the last month or so, did the singing voice for the villain of the movie Mock, and he does an amazing song called My Name is Mock.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the poster and was like, damn, this guy, I like his face. Yeah,
no, it's great. And actually, it's shame on me once again. I could tell how long it's been since I've really researched the movie. Iggy Pop actually did a song in the movie as well, like a new song.
Huh.
So, yeah, if you're into, once again, much like heavy metal, if you're into, like, old school kind of rock, I would say check out rock and roll. It's kind of nice because rock and roll is, I think, a little more family friendly to watch. Compared to heavy metal.
Yeah.
Considerably less boobs.
Yeah.
It's like a Disney movie. It's like a punk rock Disney movie, I guess would be the way I would describe it. There's some crazy effects, like it's when CGI, well, not CGI, computer animation was in its infancy and it was used. There's some crazy, like, overlay stuff that's used. It's good stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's from Canada. How bad could it be?
Canada, we love you. Just stop sending us your Teletoon stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But the world
I
needs
don't know what Super Noobs is. I don't want to know.
Yes, you do.
I don't. Kyle!
Whip crack.
Go.
Well, isn't it your turn?
No, it's your turn.
Do I have to go again? Oh, it was The Devil and Daniel Mouse. That was Nelvana's first that they did. It was a TV special, and it served as the inspiration for rock and roll.
I learned something today.
I insist, JD. Why don't you go next?
Fine.
So, do you want me to go again? I can.
No, I have. Oh my god. I probably said this a million times on this show, but I really like the soundtrack to Book of Life.
I mean, how could you not?
I don't know.
I really wish I could get that version of Creep instead of the Radiohead version.
See, that's the thing. Okay, so this Book of Life is a really odd soundtrack because it's like half cover songs and half original songs.
Here we go.
But it's all mariachi themed.
Their version of Biz Markie's Just a Friend, I was sad that segment of the movie did not go on longer.
The song's longer on the soundtrack.
I know, I was just like in the movie, I was like, oh my god.
But I think it's sad because, if I remember right, it's been a while since I've listened to it, it starts out as the movie version, and it just cuts into the regular song.
Oh.
Like, the rest of it isn't them playing it on the weird piano.
That's a shame. I love it.
But, honestly, I never thought I'd say, like, I'd rather hear the mariachi version of I Will Wait from Mumford & Sons more than I would the actual song.
Okay, mariachi music is fucking amazing.
No, that's the thing. It's
that's the thing. Like, it makes everything better.
It's like, I actually, like, I don't know, like, any artists specifically, and I don't, like, seek it out.
Rodrigo y Gabriela, Mariachi El Bronx is pretty awesome.
I know, I keep meaning to, like many other things, I keep meaning.
Talk to me, bro.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. If you love it, California is the perfect place to listen to it.
I liked when we went to Little Mexico. We got churros. That's literally all I took away from that. But anyway,
sorry.
Yeah, so, like, there's a cover of I Will Wait by Mumford & Sons. There's Radiohead's Creep, like you said.
Better than it actually made me like that song.
They did a cover of Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis.
A very suitable tribute to Elvis.
Yeah, it picks some really kind of odd music choices, but the way that it's used in the movie works really well. And all of the, like, most of the original songs are actually really well done as well.
Oh, wait. What was the villain of... Was it Kachal? Or...
Chakal?
Chakal. His theme is metal as fuck.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to...
Yes, as soon as he comes on the screen, it's just this blaring metal.
Like, I was flipping through the soundtrack as Shauna was talking about it because she owns the soundtrack. And I'm flipping through it like, okay, cool. All of a sudden I just hear this, like, squealing guitar, and I'm like, whoa, what is this?
It's great.
And they used that song, they used that remix, oh god, what was the name of it? It was, something of Gold.
Oh, Ecstasy of Gold?
Yeah, Ecstasy of Gold. They do, like, that pretty cool remix version of it.
Oh, yeah. So, the Morricone. Huh. I didn't realize that song had a name.
That song was later featured in an AT&T commercial and it was previously featured in Django Unchained.
There you go. But, yeah, the apology song's really good. It's a very somber song, you know, where he's apologizing for killing thousands of bulls throughout history. And
great movie. I'm still mad I wasn't here to talk about it.
I know. The song at the... Okay, I actually didn't get too mad at the end of the movie because it did the animated movie trope where basically the ending is a dance scene.
Yeah, but
it made sense because it was basically the reception of a wedding. So of course they're gonna dance.
You mean they didn't pull a Hotel Transylvania?
No.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they were. God damn it! They did that at a wedding too. Fuck. Sorry.
How about
I'm
you
a
just admit that Book of Life is just the better movie?
It is a better movie.
I mean, that's the thing. We'll just say it is. You know why Book of Life gets away with it? Because it's a better movie.
It is. But, yeah, No Matter Where You Are is a really good song, and I can't ever not say this when I talk about this movie, is, you know, obviously I proposed to Melanie with I Love You Too Much for this movie, so you'll never not hear me say that, so.
I've gone many conversations with you without hearing that.
Well, on this show, at least.
Oh.
Kyle contradicting me. But, yeah, like, this fucking soundtrack's amazing. I love it. It's got some really good mariachi music, so if anything, it's got that for you.
I mean, that was kind of one of the big selling points. I was already excited about the movie when I first heard it, and then the soundtrack just sealed the deal. I said, I wish I could get, like, because there's not a full version of the mariachi version of Creep, is there?
There's not a full version of a lot of them.
And that's really upsetting to me, because I'm like, man,
yeah, like,
I really like that song, but I fucking don't like Radiohead.
Yeah, Melanie's got the version of I Will Wait on her iPod. Anytime it comes on when we're in the car, she always is like, I wish there was a longer version of this, like it's the full song, but it's like, no, it's like the chorus and like one verse.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing with Creep.
With Creep, it's like a minute-long version of it instead of like the 3 minutes of the actual song.
And it's so upsetting to me because, man, it took me like a minute. I remember that scene in the movie, like when he started singing, I'm thinking like, I think I know this song, but I like this. And then he started doing the part. I'm like, oh my god, they made a Radiohead song really good.
I was the same way, because usually when I'm cleaning around the house or just doing something mindless, I'll put like the 90s alternative channel on Pandora. And when I was watching the movie, I was like, fuck, I've heard this song before. Why have I heard this song? And then it came on again while I was cleaning the house, and I was like, fuck. I like the mariachi version better.
Oh, it's so much better.
But, yeah, I'll stop sucking Book of Life's dick now.
Oh, boy.
Kyle, do you want to suck something's dick now?
Yeah, let's talk about the greatest soundtrack movie of all time.
Shrek?
Oh, yeah? Shrek.
Even better.
No way.
Yeah, I thought, without a shadow of a doubt, that the 2007 movie Alvin and the Chipmunks had an amazing soundtrack.
I will kill you.
It's no Uptown Monk, though. I mean, I'm sorry, they peaked.
I mean, who could forget such quality songs as Bad Day? And
Kyle, honestly, I've gotten to the point where I cannot tell if you're being sarcastic anymore.
And Funky Town. And I can't do this. What a terrible movie.
So talk about a good movie. Jeez. Did you see how much money the new Alvin and the Chipmunks made?
I don't want to think about it.
No, it's bad. Like, it's bad for them.
Is it like they'll finally stop making these movie bad?
I think so.
Thank God.
Probably not, because, you know, you can't...
Jason Lee needs a paycheck.
You can't get rid of it. What was... hold on, because I saw it on Tumblr. Oh, wait. Never mind. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. We're eating up valuable airtime on this.
Sorry. Well, it says it had a budget of $90 million and it made $112.8 million.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, but think about it. I mean, that couldn't have cut their losses.
But they also, I don't know, marketing, was that into the budget? I don't fucking know. How do movies work?
I mean, the film was released on December 18th, 2015 by 20th Century Fox to negative reviews from critics. Really? Really?
Well, Andy, did you have another movie you'd like to
I'm
speak
not
about?
finished yet.
Oh! All right, I didn't know if you had an actual suggestion.
Yeah, I was having trouble here.
Okay, I'm finished.
Okay.
Am I allowed to go?
Yes.
I guess I'll fill in for Kyle here because he couldn't think of a third movie.
I'll just fucking it up already.
Well, he just didn't want to talk about how good the Shrek soundtrack was, okay? He didn't want to talk about how he would get up every morning and leave his house with All-Star playing.
With my Joan Jett, I don't care about my reputation.
The most overplayed Joan Jett song ever.
That's the only Joan Jett song I know.
Just listen to The Runaways.
Yeah.
Don't you guys want to talk it over a pint? And then it starts, and then they have a wrestle match.
God, Kyle, you are just dragging everyone down.
You want to hear,
so
dude?
Harsh.
Every fucking time that we had downtime in high school, it was either Shrek or Radio. Or, sorry, not Radio. Remember the Titans. It was either those two movies. And I know those two movies almost by heart now, because I saw this so much. Remember the Titans?
That soundtrack is amazing.
Is it?
Yes. It's like pre-Guardians of the Galaxy level, like, sound. It's like the pre-Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. It's like that's what... Remember the Titans, right? With Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had, like, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. I think it had Creedence Clearwater on it.
I don't think Remember the Titans was an animated movie, you guys.
Well, shut up.
He's all like, my back hurts because I gave your mom a piggyback ride. And it was funny.
Okay, so anyway...
Oh, it was funny.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was meant to be a comedy. But, anyway...
So they died in a car wreck.
Oh, my God!
Andy, please go on.
Am I allowed to?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
All right, go.
Okay, well, I don't know if anyone remembers from our Transformers episode, but I seriously love the 80s Transformers movie, and I'm pretty sure I raved about the soundtrack then, so strap yourselves in. I'm about to do it again.
Nah, I don't remember much of that episode. It's kind of a blur.
That's where Kyle got really mad at you because you interrupted him. No, you said something, and then he said something, then you repeated it like hear him, and it was really funny. It was Kyle's catchphrase for a while for a lot of us.
Because I don't listen to Kyle.
What was the catchphrase?
It's when you're like, I just said that! That pretty much
sounds like me.
Yeah, it was pretty great. You could feel the rage. But, yeah, I guess my pick for another great animated soundtrack, which is thankfully available, unlike Rock and Roll.
Because if I can't listen to The Touch, I'm going to choke somebody.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that, yes, Transformers, the movie, what is it most known for? The Touch. Fugitive.
And Weird Al.
Well, hold on, it's not mostly known for that, though, but think about it. I mean, The Touch was a regular show not too long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that song, I think, has honestly been so ingrained into pop culture. It was in an episode of American Dad. I think it's just a go-to for any time you need uplifting music, even though Stan Bush's other song in there is equally, if not more, uplifting. It's a song called Dare.
Wasn't that, like, when they were doing BMX riding or something?
No, that was when they were, Roger was training to be a police officer.
Oh, that's right.
They were doing the Rocky... Yeah, they were doing the Rocky 3 scene where they're running on the beach, and it's You've Got the Touch.
Okay, I remember.
But, amazing soundtrack, features Stan Bush, and this is kind of different from my other choices because it's the original stuff on there is really what sticks out to me. It was, there are some good bands on there. Well, bands aren't really around nowadays. Spectre General, otherwise known as Kick-Axe, did 2 really good songs on there, and I think they broke up a long, long time ago. I don't think they really had much of a career, unfortunately.
Well...
They had 2 awesome songs on there. NRG did Instruments of Destruction, which is fantastic. I don't know anything else that they've done. And then some other guy that got put on there just because of the record company. Some guy called Weird Al had a song on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
I don't know if that guy ended up anywhere.
I heard he became a dictator somewhere.
Okay, but yes.
Mandatory fun for everybody.
You know, out of nowhere on the soundtrack, Dare to Be Stupid, one of my favorite Weird Al songs, suddenly comes out of nowhere during a robot dance party.
Because
Rekgar, he talks TV. But the original stuff on this soundtrack is, like I said, what really sticks out to me. It was actually, once again, referencing Rocky, weirdly enough. Vince DiCola, who did the music for Rocky IV, which, another great soundtrack, not animated, even though it was pretty much a superhero movie. It also featured a robot. But Vince DiCola did a lot of really awesome music for Transformers the movie. He did the theme for Unicron, which to this day is still one of the creepiest, villain themes I think I've ever heard. If you ever, I will probably post that on the Facebook page because it is amazing. But his stuff has this weird synth, electronic, but it's got these heavy drums. He knows how to convey a lot of different emotions and his stuff is all instrumental. Because there was no orchestral music. Oh, and how could I forget, speaking of, the Transformers, the theme done by the band Lion.
I don't know who Lion is.
I mean, you don't need to know much about Lion, but all you need to know is that their version of the Transformers theme is what we should.
I mean, it was pretty rocking, man.
It's amazing. Even though they mispronounced Unicron as unicorn. But I forgive them because the song, they did such an amazing job doing a heavy metal, glam metal version of the Transformers theme, and it's pretty bitchin'. But thankfully, this one is widely available. They did a 20th anniversary release for it. I think you can still find it. I'm sure you can find it on iTunes and everything. And you actually try and find it because Stan Bush actually had an unreleased track on the 20th anniversary edition where he did his own take on the Transformers theme.
That sounds tight.
It was pretty cool. It had that same kind of. It was a little different for Stan Bush because you listen to Dare and The Touch. The Transformers theme was kind of really it was really intense. And just to tie Cheap Trick into this,
gotta bring it
around because you guys know me. I love my Cheap Trick, but I was very sad about this. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the god-awful sequel to the movie that shouldn't have extended past 1, they got Cheap Trick to do the theme for the movie.
Oh.
And I was really sad because all they kind of did was take Stan Bush's and Lion's version and kind of do it again.
Ugh.
I see.
I mean, they probably
Cheap
were
Trick sold out.
to it. No, I don't know if they sold out. They probably just thought, it's money.
That's selling out.
Not really, because it's Cheap Trick.
They're cheap.
Hey, you know what? At least they got original songs on your favorite band.
Ooh.
Who's my favorite band?
Real Big Fish.
I wouldn't say they're my favorite.
Yes, you would.
Ooh.
They're one of my favorites. I wouldn't say they're
Shots
top. I have
fired.
Anyway, I really have no qualms with Real Big Fish, but I don't know. Cheap Trick kind of phoned it in on that one, but I don't really blame him because the movie was a piece of shit anyway. If anyone actually bothered to see it, I didn't.
Well.
But I'd say probably going into my favorite tracks of Transformers the movie soundtrack. Trying to think here because, man, it's one of those choices where it's what to pick.
All of them is an acceptable answer.
I don't know, because I'll admit, as much as I like The Touch, I really can't listen to it very much.
But you got the touch, you got the power.
Honestly, the Vince DiCola stuff, all of it is worth listening to. The Autobot Decepticon battle, it's a 4-minute long song, and it's basically video game music, and it's so good.
Nice.
I'd probably have to say the Lions version of the Transformers theme, because it's always rocking. Hunger by Spectre General is really good. And I'd probably say Instruments of Destruction. Mostly because it reminds me of, just how terrifying Megatron can be.
Yeah?
Because that's the music that plays when he starts gunning down Autobots.
He's kind of terrifying.
I mean, he was. There's one track on this album that I really can't listen to, and that's The Death of Optimus Prime.
Aw.
Oh, it's
sad.
It's
sad times for 80s kids.
It's harsh listening to that, like that part of the soundtrack. Like, it's just like, you go, okay, it's pretty good. Then it just gets to this one part, and you're like, I can't do it anymore.
Well, good.
Well,
yeah. So to round us out,
the final version of it. Guys, I need money.
Don't look at me.
Give me get mom's wallet. I need the mad money.
So I guess to round us out.
Question: do you guys know what I was quoting when I said that?
No.
Welcome to Eltingville.
Oh God, yes. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
I was just curious. I thought you guys talked about that. I could be wrong.
I wish that would have been a show, but just to round us out here, let's talk about one of my favorite movies of all time that everyone doesn't seem to like.
Never.
And by everyone, I mean my girlfriend.
I'm curious what this is.
It's Titan AE.
Oh my God! How did we almost forget about this?
I didn't. I love this.
Yeah.
But now that I'm looking at it, like I always said that I love the Titan AE soundtrack. Now I'm looking at it, other than like 2 songs, I don't really remember much of it.
I mean, I'll admit, for me, I owned the Titan AE soundtrack, and I listened to it a lot, but then I just realized I really only listened to like 3 songs on it.
Yeah. You listen to Over My Head by Lit, and you listen to Cosmic Castaway.
No, I also listened to the Power Man 5000 song.
You also listen to Power Man. And those are the first 3 songs on the soundtrack.
Yeah, I'll admit after that I kind of zoned out. I should probably go and listen to that again and see if
yeah, I need to listen to it again, but because other than Jamiroquai, I don't remember any of these other songs.
I actually really liked Over My Head. That was like the song of my summer.
I still have Over My Head and Cosmic Castaway on my iPod.
Yeah, Cosmic Castaway was really good. I think the cool thing about Over My Head, and like it was actually part of the big reason I wanted to see the movie, is that they had a really good music video where it was scenes from the movie with the band in it, and it was, I don't know, it's like you don't see a lot of that nowadays, and it's still a great song, and the music video is still pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
just an underappreciated movie.
Yeah, this makes me sad about Don Bluth, but
he shouldn't have bragged so much.
It's blunt.
But the Titan AE, I'm sure we'll talk about in like at some point in the future. The soundtrack at least is like, I won't say the best of the turn of the millennium rock, but it is a good example of it. It's very much of its time.
It's a time capsule of the 2000s.
It's a time capsule of the year 2000 when this came out. I will say there is an omission from the soundtrack that I'm glad is not on there. Is the fucking Creed song that they used in the trailer?
Oh man, I completely forgot.
They used "Take Me Higher" by Creed in the fucking trailer, and I'm so glad that it's not on the soundtrack.
Ugh.
Yeah, the music that they used for that scene was so much better.
Oh God, yeah. What was the song they used for that?
I forget, but it was much better than. Well, that's not saying much.
That might be the Jamiroquai song.
It could be.
Everybody's Going to the Moon. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I went to my parents' house a couple weeks ago and found that I still own a VHS copy of Titan AE. It is the only VHS that I own. A
friend of mine, we had a graduation party of a friend of mine many years ago, obviously, because, this is like after this high school era. I'm like fresh into college, and I just remember picking a movie to watch, and they were like, we should watch a movie, and I'm like, we should watch heavy metal, and my one friend just refused to watch heavy metal. Huh. Like, I guess his dad would just always make him watch, and he gets sick of it, and I'm like, oh. And then he's like, I leave for a minute, because I had to go outside and check something in my car. I come back in, they're watching Titan AE, and I'm like, okay, this is acceptable.
That is an acceptable.
I was like, all right, if I can't have heavy metal, I'll take Titan AE.
It's basically... No, I wasn't even going to make that joke. Never mind.
Yeah, damn right.
I think Eddie might reach the internet and choke me out if I tried.
Just because they're both sci-fi doesn't mean they're similar.
Whoa.
Yes, it does. No. But Tiny, good movie, very nice soundtrack.
It's a one-hit wonder soundtrack.
It kind of is, actually, because other than Jamiroquai, I've never heard of any other song from these bands.
Lit? They did My Own Worst Enemy. That song became like a huge radio hit. That was in Rock Band.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jesus,
never mind.
Man.
That's the only other Lit song that I know.
They're not a band.
But, like...
They're pretty good.
I mean, I know of Power Man 5000. I've never heard anything else from them, but, like, I've never heard anything from Bliss 66 or Splashdown or whoever the fuck Lucius Jackson is.
Never heard of Lucius Jackson? What the hell's wrong with you?
I know.
Have you heard of Lucius Jackson?
No.
My point exactly.
Nah.
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 No. Well, there you go, everybody. And I'm sorry. Did you guys have anything else to add?
I have 4, actually.
Okay. Okay. I got all night.
Oh, nah. I'll save that for another time.
Kyle,
Yeah,
breaking it out.
We'll definitely do more soundtracks in another episode because this is fun. I like talking about it's cartoon related, but it's not specifically cartoons. I like to talk about other things. Which reminds me, we've never actually talked about like comics on here before.
I've been telling you.
I know you have, and I'm just noting that we haven't yet.
Jeez. I'm like, hey, we should review, like, comic book movies. And you're like, no, it's not related. And I'm like...
I never once said that.
Yeah, you sounded exactly like that when you said it, too.
just
4chan has a board for comics and cartoons. I mean, that would be the ink and paint part. Well, actually, just the ink part of the ink and paint. Just saying.
Well, next episode we're going to review the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
The entirety of it.
Oh, I haven't watched any of those movies.
I still need to see Ant-Man.
Yeah, it was good. But, so, I guess that gives you, for this episode, that gives you kind of a good generalization, a good variety of soundtracks to check out. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I completely blanked out there for a second. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, neither do I.
Oh, I don't know.
Your train of thought.
Yeah. I want to go back and watch Tiny E now. I might do that. We should have a group watch.
Let's do it!
Do it right now.
And then
Up all night party.
And then I can get really... Then I can remember how awkward it is to find porn of stiff on the internet.
Alright, good night, everybody.
Type it in Titany. Oh, yeah, no. This movie. What the
no, Rule 34. Tiny E. No, we're not doing that. Alright, everybody. Thank you again for listening. If you made it this far, congratulations. We'd really appreciate it if you'd like do your like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube page.
Just
and
review us on iTunes. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to put a link to our iTunes.
I spam the shit out of it. I'm not asking for much. Just give us, like, a decent review. Tell us if you hated us. I don't care. It takes 5 seconds.
The only review that we have is from me.
Yes, I'm getting really sick of seeing that. It infuriates me.
I'll just start doing it under pseudonyms now.
God.
But, in the description, there is links to all of our social media pages. We're on Facebook, and it's about the only one we update regularly, and Twitter, I guess. Hey, what's going on with the Instagram? Have we been updating that lately?
Has anyone been drawing artwork?
No.
Ooh.
I don't know when the fuck last time I looked at the Tumblr.
I did do that drawing of Lemmy Kilmeister, because I was really sad when he passed away. So maybe I'll have to put that in the Instagram. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm running Twitter, I'm running Instagram, God.
Yeah. I'm running the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's really hard.
And I post sometimes when I feel like it.
You wrote a review for Bordertown or Border, whatever it was.
Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, go on our Facebook page. Go on our Facebook page and read Kyle's 3-paragraph review of Bordertown.
Hey.
I'm not even saying that sarcastically. It was actually.
It summarizes it pretty much right.
It gives it all the attention it deserves.
It was terrible.
There you go. All right. But in the description, there's also links to all of our personal pages if you'd like to get in contact or follow us that way. That's up to you. Get in, touch with us personally on a deep level.
We're nice guys.
I don't know about Kyle, but
I'm questionable.
All right, just don't get on his bad side.
All my sides are bad.
Oh.
I don't know. Your left side's pretty sexy, Kyle.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next week.